Happiness for everybody, free, and no one will go away unsatisfied. I think I've become obsessed with the concept of analogy, metaphor, and subtext hidden within science fiction. In fact, I'm just as interested in the degree to which subtext is used and the execution. What is the actual hidden meaning? Is it obvious? Does it get in the way of the plot, or does it add another layer to the story and make the book better? Now I'm struggling to think of a book that I would consider at least decent that doesn't have something under the skin, more than the sum of its parts. My favourite example is Roadside Picnic, because it exists in that Goldilocks zone. It's a perfect balance of a straight narrative that requires nothing more than standard plot and characters to make sense, but the subtext is thick as porridge. It appears that extraterrestrials have visited the Earth, several different locations around the world. They didn't communicate, nobody saw them, and now they're gone. All that remains is an enigma and trash. Canisters, batteries, pools of radioactive liquid, and other objects we can't explain, phenomena we can't comprehend. The landing zones are extremely dangerous, heavily guarded, quarantined pockets. But the alien artifacts, if you can retrieve them, will make you rich. The zones attract stalkers, a special kind of scavenger, willing to risk everything, run the gauntlet of government bullets, toxic alien waste, and contraptions of death for treasure. A science fiction Tomb Raider. We follow a stalker called Redrick, who's trying to leave scavenging behind for the sake of his family, but is also wrestling with the temptation of money. So on the surface, it's a first contact novel, and although we do concentrate on the black market community that pops up around the zones, the visitation itself is addressed. The prose, the dialogue, and the plot stick to a regular form. We never get too dreamy or metaphorically heavy in substance. The only overt weirdness is connected to the unexplainable events in the zone and the effect that living in close proximity has on the people. It's only weird because it's caused by the alien artifacts. It's only weird because we don't understand it. There is a bit of navel-gazing, self-reflection, and inner monologue, but you could finish the book and say, I get it. Aliens came, they emptied their ashtray, and they left. And you wouldn't be wrong. A subtext as thick as porridge. Roadside Picnic is social criticism masquerading as science fiction. It was written at the height of the Cold War under the Soviet regime. The relatively simple first contact plot melts away to reveal a comment about oppression, the corrupt layers of power, and the desperation of the common man. The main character is named Redrick, or Red, no coincidence. He has an unhealthy relationship with vodka, and he feels betrayed by, but also attracted to, the zone. Surely a proxy for the motherland. This isn't a code to be cracked or a book that needs extra homework to be understood. It's a product of necessity from the time and place that it was conceived. The authors, Arkady and Boris Strugatsky, were Russian, writing in Russia. The narrative they wanted to broadcast simply wouldn't be allowed at the time, or even today. The book we have now had to jump through bureaucratic hoops and navigate strict censorship before it was unleashed onto the West. The genius of Roadside Picnic is that it succeeds at everything it attempts. The message from behind the Iron Curtain is undiluted, the enigma of alien contact is powerful, and the character study of Red transcends politics and speaks to a darker corner. The last line of the book is a cathartic burst of energy. Red, the Strugatskys, and the Russian people throwing off the shackles of their oppressors and demanding a reaction across allegory, metaphor, and subtext. Happiness for everybody, free, and no one will go away unsatisfied.